gums at each other any chance they get. The fight clock is brought to you by Modelo. One of the greatest knockouts you'll ever see. It's time
for you to sit back, relax, and listen to a complete and fucking utter armchair expert give his completely and utterly useless opinions on the one hell of an amazing sport that is MMA.
G'day guys, so here we are, UFC 286 in London, and what a card it is going to be, of course, because it is shaping up to be either Leon Edwards' worst night and the vindication of Kamaru Usman, or the vindication in front of his hometown of Leon Edwards and the confirmation that Kamaru Usman just might not have it anymore. Or at very least his worst night. Who knows? But also, ladies and gentlemen, that is not all, because Justin Gaethje's on the card and he is fighting no slouch in a guy by the name of... I've forgotten his name. I'll just have to look it up. Hold on. I did mention it, I'm pretty sure, in the last podcast we did, so I can't believe I've forgotten it. But Rafael Fiziev, his name is. So Justin Gaethje is on the card, and that is going to be a banger, as all Justin Gaethje fights are. Oh, actually, Marvin Vettori's on the main card. That is interesting. Ooh, of course we remember the fight with him and Izzy. Now that is interesting, ladies and gentlemen. But definitely shaping up to be a very interesting card going down at the O2 Arena in London, indeed. And I've just found out that my plans of watching it at the pub this weekend are likely done, because it being in London, it starts at it being the main card, of course, starts at 8 a.m, which I should have suspected, because I watched the KSI Influencer boxing card last year, and that started at 4 a.m, so I should have suspected it probably would have started early in the morning. So me and my mate are going to be making new plans now to watch it. But anyway, let's get on with this podcast, starting, of course, with the Marvin Vettori fight. All that and more when I come back. Marvin Vettori versus Roman Dolidze. I've probably said his name wrong. Got a better win-loss record than Marvin, the old Roman does, although Marvin does have more fights under his belt, so I guess he's won more than he's lost. Hasn't had a great run of luck recently, the Italian stallion. He last fought Robert Whittaker, good old Bobby Knuckles, on the same fight night as Cyril and Bam Bam, which is interesting. He was supposed to fight him... he was supposed to fight him at UFC 275. Ooh, that was the card in Singapore where the Aussies, including Jake Matthews, dominated. And there was the rematch. The rematch of that Fight of the Year performance. Joanna and Weili from UFC 248. The fight that saved UFC 248. That was like, I remember me being gassed to that card. And let me just check. Hold on. Oh, he did fight and beat Costa. I thought he did. I was like, I was sick of myself because I messed up this latest recording. I've had to do it 3 times. I'm thinking to myself, I swear he fought Costa. I just couldn't remember when. I couldn't remember if it was last year or the year before, but it was the year before. And I messed it up when I was talking about UFC 275 because I was about to say when Weili got her belt back, but then I thought to myself, no, that was UFC 281, the card in New York. But I know Weili fought on that card. Who did she fight? And I'm like, oh, that's right. It was the Joanna rematch. That's right, and Joanna retired after that fight. That card's going to be historic, just like UFC 248 was. But anyway, getting back to the business at hand, UFC 286. Marvin Vettori versus this guy. I don't know who the other guy is, I'll be honest. It's hard not to say Marvin will win because I don't know who the other guy is. There's no disrespect to the other guy. I just don't know who he is. But who knows? Marvin might get surprised and continue his losing streak after fighting Bobby Knuckles. Who knows? I know he wants that Izzy fight back. You can just tell he wants that back. Will he get it? Probably not at this rate. But who knows? But yeah, I'll say my prediction for that is Marvin, purely just because I don't know who the other guy is, if I'm being honest, and I've never seen him fight. Let's look up his record, actually. Let's see. He's from Georgia. Damn. Let's see. Oh, obviously, this is his first fight this year. Oh, he's won his last couple. Oh, he won all his fights last year. Oh, okay. This is looking interesting. Where was the one lost? Or where was the one... Oh, that was the year before. It was the year before at a fight night. Right. Look, his record's pretty impressive, but I still haven't seen him fight. I don't know. Yeah, I'm still going to go with the Italian Stallion on that one. Just purely because I haven't seen the other guy, and I've tried looking up fight videos before, but they're either like very dodgy or you just can't get them, and I don't have Fight Pass at the moment, so yeah, I do need to get Fight Pass, so I want to do that for the podcast. I want to do some watch-alongs. I do need to get Fight Pass again, but now the first of the two fights I'm really looking forward to, Gaethje versus Rafael. Ooh. Gaethje can bang, but Rafael, I'm hearing reliable rumour that he's no slouch. Got a 12-1 record, just like our man Roman. That's an interesting one. Of course, Gaethje's coming off. Gaethje is coming off the loss to Charles in that infamous UFC 274 that's known for, one, Charles losing the belt for being half a pound overweight, and two, the absolute snooze fest between Thug Rose and Carla Esparza. Of course, he's coming off that loss. But man, Charles, of course, was dominant. And it's, no shame losing to him. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in that fight. That's my prediction. It'll be interesting. But, ladies and gentlemen, we get to the main event of the evening. The reigning, defending 170-pound champ, Leon Edwards, is taking on the former champ, Kamaru Usman, in the rematch of the fight that shocked the world last year and made me stand up so hard from my table at the pub that I knocked the salt shaker over. What do I think is going to happen in that one? A lot of people are saying Leon hasn't got a chance. I don't want to be stupid like that. If it's stand and bang, like if it just... Here I am saying bloody UFC 4 terminology. If it stays on the feet, honestly, who knows? Because as we saw in the second fight, because as I think I said in the last podcast, I found that it is indeed the second fight because their first fight was way back in 2015, I think. If it stays stand and bang as it did for most of the second fight, who knows? As we saw in the fifth round, anything can happen. But if it is wrestling, I don't know. It's hard not to back Kamaru on the ground. You know, he's just so big. I mean, Kamaru can bang too, so who knows? Will he come back for the redemption and embarrass the champ? Or will he... Or will the champ, Leon Edwards, retain in front of his hometown fans? And will True Geordie finally acknowledge that Leon Edwards is the champion? Who knows? We'll see what happens there. But I'm definitely looking forward to it. Don't know where I'm going to be watching it because, as I said, I didn't realise until today that it starts at 8 a.m. So that's thrown a bit of a spanner in my plans. But yeah, definitely looking forward to it. And I can see now on Google when I'm looking up UFC 286, we've got UFC 287, the Izzy Pereira rematch coming up. Absolutely looking forward to that. I'll just have a look at that actually, just see what's going on there. Oh yes, I knew there was another fight, I just couldn't remember what it was. Gilbert Burns versus Jorge Masvidal. That's going to be good. That's going to be good too. But, of course, Pereira and Izzy. The rematch of the fight that dethroned Izzy after that special 3-year reign at middleweight. Sorry about that motorbike that just went past, by the way. Don't think I'll be able to noise gate that out. Of course, I'm recording this in my bedroom. It's not sound treated or anything. Not a professional studio. But, I mean, then again, I recorded a podcast outside, so, you know, you should be used to hearing these sort of sounds by now. And, of course, there's the fan in the background, which I'll try and noise gate out, but I don't like my chances. And I just remembered, UFC 288, my dad's been going on about this. My dad has been going on about this. Aljamein Sterling versus the returning Triple C. My dad's been seeing video on Triple C. Triple C's been working with John Jones. And apparently, yeah, he gets a lot of crap for his personality, but I don't know. I reckon he knows more than he lets on. So that is going to be interesting. Interesting indeed, coming up in May. So very interesting few months. And of course, it's a very interesting year in general with all the returns we're having. But yeah, let's see how long is this? 12 minutes. Ooh, that's not bad considering my last one was like 7 minutes, I think. Sorry, not my last one. Maybe my last one was. I don't know. I forget. But the one before definitely was like 7 minutes because I was annoyed at the fact that I'd screwed up the recording of the podcast. But yeah, I think that'll be about it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to put this podcast together and then just probably chill and go to bed. Because it is currently nearly 2 o'clock in the morning. I always record these podcasts late. It's just inevitable. And I'm going to talk to my mate tomorrow and make some plans to watch this fight on Sunday here in Australia. Yeah. Hope you guys enjoy wherever and however you're watching it. If you're there in London, lucky you, because the O2 is a great arena. Of course, the KSI, 2 fights in one night. I'm a big fan of KSI, and I know he likes the UFC. He posted Leon Edwards on his story. Yeah, the KSI 2 fights in one night card happened at the O2. So, yeah, very excited to see this card. Like I said, wherever you're watching it, if you're there, lucky you. If you're watching at home or at a pub or sports bar, whatever, I hope you enjoy it, as I will, because there's very good fights on this card coming up, and I'm sure it'll be a spectacle. And I, of course, am definitely looking forward to the next few months. 2023 is shaping up to be an awesome year for MMA fans. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go mix, master, and upload this episode to be posted at 6 o'clock this morning, and look forward to watching this fight. Anyway, guys, till next time, which will be, I don't know when, probably before the Izzy fight, in early April, I think that is, so probably in a few weeks you'll hear from me again, no doubt, because I'll definitely make a podcast in anticipation of that card, and possibly even recapping UFC 286 maybe. Maybe we'll make it a 2-in-1 podcast, who knows. But anyway, guys, till next time, enjoy the fight, and catches.